Hi, and welcome to Astro Bites for Monday, the 12th of August, 2024. So, we still, of course, have our moon in Scorpio, and it's moving its way through Scorpio, and basically, this fixed energy is not terribly helpful. And what you need to try and do to compensate on this first day of the week for this fixed energy is kind of look at how you can borrow some flexible energy from one of the mutable signs. And I'm suggesting that we can borrow today some energy from the sign of Pisces. Oh, lovely, she's washing her bottom. That's nice. And because at various times of today, the moon will first make a trine aspect from Scorpio to retrograde Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn, remember, is about structure and boundaries, but it's not a fixed planet. Saturn is very much about initiating and getting things moving and getting things done, even though it can take time, because Saturn is about timing. So what I'm suggesting with borrowing this flexibility from the sign of Pisces is to introduce this kind of fluidity into the fixed Scorpio moon that a little bit later in the day moves on to trine Neptune, also retrograde at the anaretic degree of Pisces. Now, Neptune's an interesting one because, of course, Neptune rules Pisces. And Neptune is about confusion, illusion, delusion, mystery, but it can also be psychic phenomena, psychic feelings, maybe actually being able to trust one's intuitive thoughts as they come flooding in, quite potentially, from the depths of this Scorpio moon. So that's the kind of energy we're playing with today. What I want to suggest is that you start to be aware of the build-up of energy over today and tomorrow and leading in to Wednesday, when we have this conjunction between Mars, our planet of action, of energy, of activity, sometimes of arguments and war, conjunct Jupiter, the planet of luck and opportunity and expansion. And they're both also in the mutable sign of Gemini. So these two planets are very, very much up close and personal already. So remember to join me for my live stream tonight, where I will be looking specifically at these two energies and how they might affect you, her, me, and the collective in general. Now, also today, the moon, a little bit later in the day, really going in towards tomorrow, will be in opposition to Uranus. Now, when we get a tension between the moon and Uranus, it can set off things like earth events, weather events, anything of that nature. So be mindful if you live in earthquake zones that to take any rumblings or movement of the planet seriously. And that energy, as I say, is going to be around towards the end of the day or towards the middle of the day if you're in the United States, and in the morning if you're in the west coast of the United States. So there's not a lot more that I want to say about this particular chart, because I'm going to obviously go into depth about the week ahead later tonight when I do my live stream, and about the Mars-Jupiter conjunction. So all that's left is for me to give you our word of the day. Well, the word of the day is confusion. I chose the word confusion because it's an interesting kind of state that we can get into. We can either be in a state of kind of delusion, illusion, and depression, and this is kind of Neptunian qualities. And I'm thinking of the trine from Neptune to that fixed Scorpio moon. But confusion tends to be when our mind gets in our way. Our mind gets in our way and clouds our vision, so that it is more difficult for us to sense our intuitive and gut feelings of what may be unfolding for us in the present moment and moving forward. You know, sometimes we can get very, just kind of despondent, down, miserable. And often it's because, for many reasons, often it's because we've been perhaps ruminating over a particular situation that's going on in our lives and wanting to get a quick resolution. And just to remind you that with Saturn going retrograde in Pisces, the quick fix solutions are not going to be readily available. And so confusion can cloud our thinking. So if you're aware that you're confused, take a step back and think to yourself, okay, maybe I just take some time out and allow myself to sit with this feeling of confusion. But the other thing that one can do is actually sit right back and just go, so if I'm confused, what am I confused about? And once you can identify what perhaps you're confused about, it can help you find a proactive way towards a solution. Because confusion by its very nature can tend to imply that we do really know what we don't want to look at, or what we're sensing and we don't want to have to face. But we don't really like what we feel our intuition is telling us. So there's your word for the day. I will see you later, 6 p.m. Central European Daylight Time. Click on the live on my YouTube channel for the notification buttons for the time alert in your particular time zone. Remember, we're going to be focusing on the Mars-Jupiter conjunction because that's a biggie in Gemini. And remember today, don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind. Sometimes we're not very kind to ourselves, so be kind to you. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love even more than the 2 of you I mentioned yesterday to subscribe. And I want hundreds, thousands. And be careful what you wish for. The voice came into my head. So I will see you later. Please have a blessed Monday and try to keep out of your own way. Okay, lots of love. See you later. Bye for now.